Hey, how's everybody doing? Welcome back to Asshat Podcast on YouTube. In a previous video where I talked about Fangoria magazine, I thought, well, I'll do that on a newer issue and show how it changed. Now, the old issue was issue 92. It was like from sometime in 1990, about $4 cover price, somewhere around there. Tony Timpone, if I remember right, was still head of Fangoria. This is years later. It's 2011, this issue 305, $8.99 or $95 cover price. And you see, this issue's in worse shape than the other one, even though it's newer, because it's just gotten beat up. Now, the poster's not in here anymore. This is on the cover somewhere. Giant fold-out posters inside. Monkeys, zombies, bizarre creatures. Spotlight on British horror. The Baby, The Rise of the Planet Apes. Wakewood. Amicus Remembered. The Dead. Horror Express at Theater Bazaar. Alright. We got a neat little ad for Wakewood, which is the star of the new Hammer stuff. And the only one of these I've seen from the new Hammer was their remake of Let the Right One In. With Chloe Grace Moretz, or whatever her name is. And makeup effects. There's always makeup effects ads. Alright. We got our letter page as always. A little comic strip off. Blood Rain. The second or third one of these did well enough to get sequels. Based on a video game that nobody seems to remember. But, you know, attractive women wearing very skimpy or tight clothing as vampires fight and stuff. Usually draws. Alright. Grave Elements. This is a found footage film. I've heard a lot of good stuff about. Have not seen it. The Rotten Cotton. Bobbleheads. I want The Girl from the Beyond. Prescott Place, Aging Legend, Living Doll. It's like a little short film, familiar. A lot of they specialize on a lot of little short stuff. Rotten Cotton, of course. Excuse me. Horror paperbacks. Oh, that last one was the 1990 Horror Chainsaw Awards. This is the 2011. Oh, the winners. Okay, best wide release film: Darren Aronofsky's Black Swan. Pirouetted its way past the competition's category, though Let Me In had plenty of bite as runner-up. Best limited release direct-to-video, The Human Centipede. Barry came in second. Best actor, Barry's Ryan Reynolds. Second place was Leonardo DiCaprio for Shutter Island. Best actress, Black Swan, Natalie Portman won it. Second place was Let Me In's Vampire Girl, Chloe Grace Moretz. Okay, so Let Me In had come out before Wakewood. Okay, I was not sure on that. Best supporting actor, Moretz's Let Me In Guardian Richard Jenkins was the victor here, narrowly beating out Shutter Island inmate Jackie Earle Haley. I gotta see Shutter Island completely. I know the twist, though. That's what's awesome. Best supporting actress, Black Swans. Barbara Hershey provided the meanest mother of all, just outdoing Spice Girl Delphine Chenelic. Best screenplay was Black Swan. Also, The Day came in second place. Best score was for Black Swan. Also, Dead was second. Best makeup was for Daybreakers, with Spice coming in next. Worst film, fans weren't ready for a new Freddy. Finding the Nightmare on Elm Street remake. Ugh, sorry, my eyes ain't the best here. Remake several cuts below the Wes Craven original. Ironically, a new Craven feature, My Soul Take, was next on the Dishonor roll. Fangoria Hall of Fame. Richard Matheson and Larry Festerden. Okay. Now we got the DVD and Blu-ray chopping list. Let's see. Crush. Okay, that's not what I thought it was. Hobo with a Shotgun, I actually own that. Wreck 2, never seen it. Red Riding Hood, nope. Season of the Witch, no. Screen of Banshee and the Test, no. Tetsuo the Bullet Man, want to see it. We Are What We Are. Supernatural Anime. Bloody Birthday, I want to see it. I've actually seen it, but want to own it. Bio Dead. Bloodlust Zombies, seen that, it's not great. You know you're in bad shape when you're the best acting or best actress in the film, and the best known person is a porn star, is Alexis Texas. Dawning, Drive-In Horror Show. That was really cool. It's a low budget, like independent anthology, horror anthology, but really good. If you do like Tubi TV or Pluto or any of those free streamings, it's on a bunch of those. Check it out. Ghost from the Machine, Man Eater, Strange Girls, The Super, Dino Crop versus Super Gator. That'd be kind of cool to see. Mega Python versus Gator. Was that the Tiffany? Yep. Seen that one. Monster Wolf. American Grindhouse. I've seen it. Machete Maidens Unleashed is really good. I want to see Spine Tingler. Blood Rain. Okay. I'm not going to go through this because it's a lot of small print. I'm having trouble reading right now. My eyes are hurting a little bit. But always fun to look through these to see when the films are supposed to come out and the ones that still haven't come out years later. Okay, this is their Planet of the Apes. I like this. Subscribe today, Fangoria. Don't be the last man on earth to subscribe to Fangoria from last Vincent Price. How much was it? A year was $54. That was 10 issues. Damn. This was a cool little article on just the merchandising of the Planet of the Apes, how big it got. I mean, I'm a little too young to remember a lot of this. I can remember it being a big deal that the first 2 or 3 were playing on TV. What is this? Oh, it's a UK horror film, black and white, red all over. That page is really beat up. Tom Savini, special effects, makeup course. Raising the Dead. This is that African made one. I've almost bought it a couple times. Old school cinema. She Devils, a go-go. Who knows? Mr. Scan presents Women in Prison triple feature and a holy trinity of women in prison films. Chain Heat with Linda Blair, Red Heat with Linda Blair and Sylvia Kristel, and Jungle Warriors with Sybil Danning and John Vernon. The triple pack of boobs behind bars exploitation classes will only be in print for a limited time. Article on the Incredible Meltman. Man, this is one of those I saw as a kid on like TV syndication. Loved the movie. Like late 70s, maybe early 80s. Saw it, loved it. Never saw it for years and 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 years. I don't remember ever seeing it for rent anywhere. Never got played on TV. Wasn't a DVD release, and then it was Epix 3 back then. Now it's called the Epix Drive-In channel. Was air hit, and it was a widescreen. It was either them or Turner Classic. I think it was Epix. Both of them were doing a lot of stuff. Widescreen prints of film that were not out on DVD, and I had a DVD recorder hooked in the satellite, so I recorded it and watched it. It's horrible. Saint and Sinner. This is that Saint movie. Never seen it. The Image. Oh yeah, that's that one that Synapse got a little shit for. It went a little further than people thought. Legendary Women of Hollywood. About the silent film performers to Wake the Dead. The resurrection of Hammer Films continues with an intimate chiller about the rebirth of a child. Living Dead Press. This company put out nothing but zombie books. I don't know if they're still around. Doctors of Terror. House Art. This is Amicus. Amicus did a lot. They were like the other big British company besides Hammond. They did a lot of anthology films. The first one of theirs I know I saw was Asylum, which if you look hard on YouTube, you can find it on there. Friend of mine growing up, his parents got a VCR, and they were one of these people that bought movies, and they found it for real cheap. Thought, okay, yeah, we'll buy a horror movie for the kids to watch. Really cool. I remember borrowing from them and watching it a bunch. Matter of fact, did they show the... No, they don't. They did a lot. This is an interview with a guy, actor Ian Ogilvy, twice braved the terrors of Amicus and thrice teamed with Michael Reeves. So, yeah, an interview with somebody that worked at Amicus. About the old Penny Dreadfuls, Varney the Vampire, and Sweeney Todd, and all this stuff. See, you see a big change because for a while there, Fangoria was just covering whatever the new big horror films were, and they weren't doing a lot of this older stuff. Midnight Movies: The History of Horror, Sci-Fi, and Fantasy Films. I love these books. These are all Midnight Marquee. Yeah, they're expensive. Theater Bazaar, another one I've recorded off of like one of the movie channels. Still have not watched. Heard it's good. What's this? Boswell, Bloody Boswell. Oh, how about the composer of the music for Theater Bazaar? Terror Tube. The Avengers Season 4, Episode 11, Man-Eater of Surrey Green. The Avengers did have some horror-like episodes. This is not the Avengers. If you're young, you ain't gonna know these Avengers. It was a British, like, spy duo. It was John Steed and Emma Peel's the group I remember the most. But later series of the Avengers had Joanna Lumley, Patsy from Ab Fab for younger folks. It's really cool little series that they remade it a few years back. Probably been this late 90s, early 2000s. The Avengers with Uma Thurman is Emma Peel, and I don't remember who played the John C. part, and it was horrible. It Came from the Crypt. This is The Baby. It's a cool psychological horror. Chopsy's Dungeon of Disc. Okay, this is just DVD reviews. You got Black Death, Frankenstein Syndrome, I Saw the Devil, Bonnie and Clyde vs. Dracula, which I actually want to see. Midnight Movie, The Killer Cut. I heard that's good. I've seen the original version of Midnight Movie. Psycho, Holocaust, Seconds Apart. It's one of the After Dark Film Fest, so I'll end up seeing it eventually. Taking Elvira Home. Now, this is kind of neat, because this is when it was announced, both in Fangoria's pages and elsewhere, that Cassandra Peterson was revamping her beloved syndicated creature feature series, Elvira's Movie Macabre. Fans rejoiced. Her decade-spanning character literally and figuratively turned on an entire generation of some of the wilder, more obscure forms of wonderfully low cinematic life, framed by her busty vaudevillian and couch cradle persona. commenting on and gently roasting the wacky celluloid she unspooled. In ensuing years, the pictures Elvira featured became classics that got special treatment on DVD and Blu-ray, and the cost to show these, often European films, became damn near impossible. So to cut corners, the newly minted Movie Macabre, shot in high def and boasting, compared to the first show, rather elaborate production design, has turned to raiding public domain dustbins for content, resulting in perhaps less adventurous, no alien contamination, blood on Satan's claw, or the devil's wedding night here, but no less entertaining romp through irreverent ribaldry. Let's face it, ultimately you watch Elvira for the camp and of course the cups, which are still spectacular. The first wave of Entertainment One's Movie Macabre releases includes Night of the Living Dead. The decision to include one of the greatest horror films of all time as fodder for Elvira's canon is not the most fan-friendly film, but our comely host makes it work, acknowledging that the picture is a classic and the work of a master of horror. It doesn't stop her from riffing on Judith O'Dea's unbearable hysterical barber, or noting that Dwayne Jones is akin to a young Obama. Purists may recoil, though the quality of print use is excellent, but something tells me George A. Romero will probably get a kick out of this. And that was doubled up with I Eat Your Skin. The perfect target for Elvira snart. This Jerry Gross eyesore, once paired with I Drink Your Blood, is truly wretched film, and it's when confronted by truly wretched that Elvira really soars. Watching Skin's two-fisted hero apply those fists to various stains who give him grief provides the Mistress of the Dark a chance to vent her frustrations the way women were treated in this sort of early 60s flicks. The worst film in the bunch, but the best example of the host's sardonic, sexy banner. This is the perfect party favorite. The Werewolf of Washington, which is paired up with the Satanic Rites direct. I've seen Satanic Rites. I've got all these. I recorded them as they aired. And the one or two I missed, somebody hooked me up with copies. I've not bought them. I need to go just buy them. All right, Werewolf of Washington, 1972. Elvira is shown this sloppy Dean Stockwell starring satire on the first. Elvira showed this sloppy Dean Stockwell starring satire on the first Movie Macabre, but the shtick framing this revisit is fresh enough that true fans won't mind. She seems to celebrate this one, and there are many pop-ups rather than deride it, which works well, goosing the action instead of ripping you out of it. Satanic Rites directly in 1973, which is weirdly in the public domain. I got a couple of copies of that one. The Last of the Hammer Drax to star Christopher Lee. Rights can be found in virtually every cheapo PD collection in the Walmart bargain bin, but it's far from a bad film, and on a visceral level offers much nudity and bloodshed, except that in this release, all the TNA is blurred out. Movie Macabre is primary PG-rated show after all, and the weirdness of all the opening credits are AWOL with a shoddy video-generated title burned in. The annoying sensorial hacks are addressed by Elvira's truly funny skewering, however, with the perennial Randy Goulet bemoaning the lack of exposed flesh while viciously dissecting the flick itself. Pious horror fans may sneer at Hammer pictures being lambasted, but forget it, Jake, it's Elvira Town. Chris Allen, I love Elvira. I did not get to see a lot of her original show back in the day because it didn't air in my area for some reason, but the first time I saw her, I was probably about 10, 9 or 10. I think I was 9. They were showing on TV. First time I saw her show, because I'd seen her on, she appeared on The Fall Guy, if I remember right. It was a double feature. They showed the colorized version of Night of the Living Dead, which came on at, I think, 8 o'clock, 8 or 8:30, something like that. I just got home from trick-or-treating. It was Halloween night. I'd never seen the movie before. It blew my mind, especially that ending. Even being colorized, and I knew it was colorized watching it. This don't look right. Then after that, then Dad let me stay up, because I want to say it was 8 and went to 10, and then 10 to midnight was the next one. It was Vincent Price and House on Haunted Hill, which I'd never seen before, and made me a huge Vincent Price fan. So, thank you, Elvira, for getting me into George Romero and Vincent Price. I'd love it. If anybody out there listening, watching this, has those airings, let me know. Message me. I will gladly pay you, for the cost of a blank and make me a copy and shipping and a little money for your convenience. All right, we got our books. Midnight Movie with Toby Hooper. I actually own that now. The Last Werewolf. Jaws Memory from Martha's Vineyard. And Brother Sister. Yeah. Rock Shock. Gary Busey. Norman Reedus. Sean Patrick Flannery. Barbara Magnolifi. Derek Mears. Bill Mosley. Camille Keaton. And Diamond Dallas Page. Jason Dark Food for the Dead Story. Clive Barker. The Reef. The Teeth of the Reef. Sound Shock. And talking about the soundtrack for Galaxy of Terror coming out. Necrophagia. Monsters of Email. I only know them because Jim Van Bever worked with them a little bit. And of course the classified ads, which is not as big as they used to be. Is that one of those? One of the Man-Eater series, I don't think those are coming out anymore. I ain't seen one of them in a long while. It's the only issue with Fangoria is that the articles always start, and then they did not. As I was saying, that's one of my issues with Fangoria. The articles always start in the front, and you got half of them, you had to flip to the back to read the rest. Like, one little line. Fuck that. Dead format, talking about the VHS of Headless Eyes. And then we got the Chemical Burn, Entertainment, and all these different films. House of Sin, Fast Zombies with Guns, Almost Invisible, The Defile, Cam Girl, the movie, Order of One, Kung Fu Killing Spree, Muckman, Death Angel, December, Melvin, The 11th Aggression, Crowbar, I Sold My Soul to Satan. I need to check some of these out. And then we, of course, we got the huge Severin Films thing on the back. But as you see, the difference between the other Fangoria and this one had a lot more in it that caught my attention because there's a lot of older stuff. And it was a better magazine, but hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe, all the other bullshit. Talk to everybody later. Bye-bye.